Hello everybody, I'm Sneaksy Gamer, and before we get started on the game, I just wanted to mention that for the third game I had to use a new recording software, so I am now able to have my webcam in the video as well. And with this new software, I should be able to get better quality videos, I'm hoping. And the reason there's no game at the moment is because I haven't opened it yet. I've got it set to capture the game when it comes up. But the reason I couldn't use the other software I was using is because the third game that I'm going to be playing, which is Thief Deadly Shadows, whenever it loads the game or whenever it loads a new mission, it closes the window, so the screen between missions and when I have to do a load will be black like it is now with my webcam up here in the corner, up there. But when I tried to record with the other program I was using, every time the window would close like that, it would stop my recording. So I had to try and find a different program to work, and now I'm using OBS, or Open Broadcaster software, and it seems to be working pretty well so far, but let's get into the game. And if that noise got picked up, it was just the little window asking if I wanted to allow it to make changes.
Eidos.
Okay, this should show up now. Is it not going to show up until the title screen? Okay, there we go. Now it's showing up. Okay. Now, as I mentioned, this is Thief Deadly Shadows. It is the third game. And I guess I'll get started on it.
I got a tip last night from my fence. Heartless Perry. A nobleman named Lord Julian had some sort of quarrel and showed up at a local inn well after nightfall and in a foul mood. He's carrying a velvet bag about the size of a man's fist, and it never leaves his sight. Sounds likely to be valuable, but I'll know for sure when I steal it from him. Perry sent over a floor plan of the place, the Blue Heron Inn. Finding his lordship won't be hard. His room number will be in the guest register, if I can get to the front desk to read it. The inn will have guards, but not as many as a private estate. That should make things easy, which is one of the reasons I'm willing to try it without knowing for sure what the take will be. Lord Julian is so protective of that bag. There's got to be something of value in it.
Now, one thing I want to note, this is the tutorial mission, so you're not able to choose a difficulty for this. But I have to steal at least 40% of the loot in the mission and find at least one special loot item in the mission. And all of the opponent sensories and combat abilities and all of this stuff, this is all normal, but this is new stuff in this game. They didn't have these values in the other game. So opponent sensory acuteness is normal. Opponent combat ability, normal. Number of opponents, normal. And player damage resistance is normal. Now, I will be playing this one through on expert difficulty, as I did with the others. But my goals are to break into the inn, find out what room Lord Julian is staying in, steal Lord Julian's velvet bag from his room, leave the inn once you have the velvet bag. And my gear, you get to see here. This is where it will show my loot after I've done missions. No quest items, and we've got a map here. So I'm starting here. And I've got water arrows, my blackjack, and rather than a sword in this game, we have a dagger, which fits a thief more than a sword does, in my opinion. But anyway, let's get started. And this is what I mean, it's going to go black every time I start a mission, but it will be coming back up there. Welcome to the training mission. Throughout the rest of the game, you will make your own choices and take your own path. In this mission, however, you will be given instructions at every step. To get started, follow the footprints on the ground to the first training experience. 1 second, I didn't think to check my volume, so I think that should be good. To be a thief, you must learn to use stealth. When you hide in shadows, guards will not be able to see you unless they are very close. The light gem at the bottom of the screen will tell you how visible you are. Crouching, moving slowly, and hiding behind objects can also be helpful, but are not always required. In this case, the guard will not see you if you remain in the darkness. Sneak past this guard to proceed. And I'm just going to show what happens if you don't do it. It just says please try again and sends you back here. So now we're going to follow these footprints during this tutorial mission, or training mission, whatever you want to call it. One thing that I find pretty cool in this game is we can go into third person. And there's Garrett. We can go into third person, which I kind of like, but at the same time I don't really like it that much. Some guards will be on patrols looking for intruders. You must learn to observe your enemies and use careful timing to slip by them while their backs are turned. Sneak past this patrolling guard without getting caught. Here we can get a nice close-up of Garrett's face. Or not. There we go. Anyway, moving on. We can use that spot and wait, or we can just keep going. The sounds you make can alert guards, so you must learn to move quietly. Your footsteps are louder when you run and when you cross over loud floor surfaces such as metal. Walk slowly and quietly over this metal surface without alerting the nearby guards. You can creep quietly by holding down control. Now, in this game, we are automatically running. So, rather than, like in the other two, I held shift to run, in this one I hold shift to walk. But I'm going to use control to creep. And there's a guard right there. I'll go back into first person. All missions have objectives, even this training mission. Your first objective is to break into the inn. You can complete the objective by entering through this delivery hatch. Press X to crouch, then walk through the hatch. When you are inside, press X again to stand up. So we're going to crouch. You can use some objects by positioning them in the center of your screen. When they highlight, press R mouse, right mouse button, to use them. Use this door to open it and proceed into the next room. And we've got crates we can pick up. Not everything you pick up will be useful or valuable. The item you just picked up can only be dropped or thrown. To drop it, press R mouse. You can drop it with R mouse, or you can throw it with left mouse. Use your bow and water arrow to extinguish that torch on the wall. When guards are nearby, putting out torches creates darkness that you can sneak through. First, select the water arrow by pressing 8, then pull and hold left mouse to aim and release it to fire. Extinguish this torch to proceed. And that's different because in the other two games, the water arrow was number 4. And then we can use bows. Not necessary. This, I find it's kind of funny, the water arrows just keep appearing. You can only carry 25, but I'm not going to go and fill up on them. To climb on top of obstacles, get close to them and press space. Climb over these boxes to proceed. A locked door is no obstacle for a skilled thief. Use this door with R mouse to enter lock-picking mode. Then use the mouse to pick the lock. You must find the sweet spot in each stage to make progress. Note any movement on the visual lock indicator to gauge the location of the sweet spot. You are in the sweet spot when the movement is the strongest. When you find the sweet spot, stay in it long enough and you will complete the stage. Pick open this lock to proceed through the door. So lock picking is different in this one as well. See, we've got to move this thing around until we find the right spot. And we go to the right. And then it's over to the left. Now, we've got to climb up this ladder. And we're inside. You must learn to ambush your opponents. One hit from the blackjack can take down an opponent silently. To blackjack successfully, you must strike from behind when your opponent is not aware of your presence. Select your blackjack by pressing 1, then sneak up on the innkeeper. Attack with left mouse to knock him out. I went to say left and L and it came out loud. Let's see, the blackjack automatically raises and then we knock him out. The bodies have actual ragdoll physics somewhat in this game. If you leave bodies around, they might get noticed. Highlight a body by centering it on the screen, then press R mouse to pick the body up. Find a clear area to drop the body, then press R mouse again to drop it. Pick up the innkeeper, then hide his body in the ladder room you just came from. Okay. Just gonna throw him down there. Your second objective is to locate Lord Julian. The guest registry on the counter may contain a clue about where he can be found. Highlight the book and press R mouse to read it. First, I want to read this. Front desk. So, guest list: Lord Julian, Peony Suite, the Earl of Warwick and friends, Cotillion Suite, Aloysius Griggs, Dunroom, Baronet Mowbray and companion, Cabriolet Suite. I don't know if I'm pronouncing these things right. Dame Jala or Yala or something like that. And companion, Crystal Suite, Hayforth McDougal, Bungalow Room, Master Vorig and Apprentice, City View Room, and Lord Hippocrates Wisteria Room.
Lord Julian. Wouldn't do to have anyone think he was just Julian.
And there's a cat in this. There's cats occasionally in this game. Can't do anything with them. They just kind of wander around and make noise. Check your map to find out where Lord Julian's room is. It's always a good idea to check the map when you're trying to get somewhere. You can use M to view your map. And here we've got the maps. Again, maps not exactly helpful in this game either. An observant thief keeps an eye out for valuable objects such as this goblet. The loot you steal can later be sold to your friends for cash. Highlight the goblet and press R mouse to steal it. And I like this, it's got a percentage counter there in the corner. Or not the corner, but on the side when you pick stuff up. You can press up against walls to decrease your visibility in the light gem and to fit into narrow shadows. To enter wall flattening mode, stand very close to a wall and press R. To exit wall flattening mode, press R again. Practice by flattening against this wall. And I'm gonna go into third person so we can see what happens. We're just standing against the wall, basically. But it makes us less visible. Oops. Now we go this way. That's the door to Lord Julian's room. But the guard is in your way. You can distract him by using a noisemaker arrow. Shoot the noisemaker arrow down the hall and he will run towards the noise to investigate. Use 7 to select the noisemaker arrow and left mouse to shoot it. Then proceed through the door while the guard is distracted.
Alright, what's all the noise about?
And this is the peony suite. Now, I'm going to come in here, and training successful. Sometimes things don't work out as expected. Lord Julian isn't here in his room, and neither is the velvet bag you're trying to steal. Find a clue which tells you where he has gone, and your objectives will update with his new location. You can use O to view your objectives. For important information on how to complete them, use the scroll bar to see notes and restrictions below your objectives. Okay, but something I want to show. That guard's still here, but because we're not supposed to be seen by him after he goes after the noisemaker arrow, he doesn't have the ability to notice us, and we can't kill him or anything. But we want to come back here because there's some loot in there. Now in here, I don't know if I mentioned I grabbed a plate off that table that was some loot. Got another candlestick here. My friend and honored Lord Julian, I will meet you in the Lancaster room tonight. I trust you will be mindful of the risks involved and be generous. Morris the cook.
His lordship has gone for a walk. Can't have gone far.
So objectives that we've completed are break into the inn, find out what room Lord Julian is staying. Cancelled the one about get the velvet bag from his room, and now we have to find him in the Lancaster room and steal his velvet bag from him, and then leave the inn. Notes are Lord Julian is staying in the peony suite, and we have no restrictions in this mission. Now, another piece of loot there. Now we want to come down here. Lord Julian is here sitting near the fire talking to someone. His purse is right next to him. Sneak up and steal the purse without being seen or heard by anyone in the room. When you've got the purse, proceed into the kitchen. Stick to the shadows, walk silently, and move while your opponent's backs are turned. Keep an eye on your light gem and use your tools if you need to. If the guard starts searching for you, sneak away from him carefully.
5 picked men.
My lord.
5 picked men with me, and we cut our way through.
He's your cousin, my lord.
I won the bet.
Gonna
My
wait for the
shaft was
guard to
closer
turn
by a
around.
thumb's width. The bloodline opal should rightfully be mine.
If I may, my lord, I can help you. I know the castle.
Well, you're a cook. What could you know?
Every evening after sunset, the
here's the
supply
bag.
wagon comes through that gate and into the courtyard, and no one looks twice. Arrange for your men to be inside
Now
one
over here
evening.
is our last
And
piece of
then
loot.
we cut our way through. 5 good men against 20, and my accursed cousin.
My lord, listen. There is a passage leading into the castle from the
I'll
courtyard.
let them finish their
I can open
conversation.
it for you when you give me the signal. The torch in the Lion's Head sconce. You must put it out.
The Lion's Head torch.
Yes.
And when I reach the vault and hold the bloodline opal, I will take my place as head of the family. The Lady Elizabeth will be waiting. Even now she'll be flattering him, giving me time to return.
Only the medallion is the only key, my lord. You must keep hold of it.
You forget Lord Ember has another. I hear he guards it with his life.
My lord, I wish only for peace in the household.
The opal is mine. I won that bet, Morris. I won it.
Okay, so he's a bit butthurt about that. Sometimes even a careful thief gets caught. You can always fight if it comes to that, but it's usually safer to make a getaway. Try tossing a flash bomb and escaping while your opponents are blinded. Use F1 to select the flash bomb and I to throw it. Optionally, you can try attacking with your dagger. One way or another, escape through the door which leads outside.
My palace.
There you Oh, my eyes! Burning!
I will
Proceed to the exit area to complete your final objective. When all your objectives are checked off, you will have finished the mission.
Close one, but I've still got the goods.
You are about to end the mission. Do you want to continue? Yes.
Nothing like mixing in society, especially if it comes with good loot. The velvet bag turned out to hold a bronze medallion stamped with a griffin. Valuable enough, but More interesting was the conversation I overheard between Lord Julian and the cook, especially the part about a huge opal and a conspiracy for stealing it. I'd hate to have anyone but me get a stone like that, but I need a better idea where to start looking. If I show the medallion to my fence, I'm sure he'll know more. Heartless Perry always does.
So, now stats. We got all of the loot. I was caught once, but that's because you're supposed to be caught. And this, I like, they break it down. Opponents killed, they tell you stealthy kills and non-combat kills. And then you've got the totals for the game. Anyway, continuing on, we've got a cutscene. And I think this is one of the keepers, I'm not sure. Pretty sure, but I can't guarantee it.
My fence take a look at Lord Julian's medallion. Perry says the crest belongs to the Rutherfords, one of the oldest so-called great families, with a castle in South Quarter and a street named after them. They've got a lot of wealth and a nasty reputation for turning on each other. Based on that conversation I overheard, Julian is definitely carrying on the family tradition. Lord Ember, Julian's cousin, currently resides in the castle, and Julian wants revenge. Julian had a good plan. Hide inside a supply cart and ride in after dark, then signal the cook to open the side door by putting out the lion's head torch in the courtyard. A good enough plan for me to use myself. That bloodline opal sounds valuable, and it's better off with me than sitting around in their vault. But I can't get lazy. Ember will have his personal guard, and doubtless a few other family tricks in store for anyone who comes after the opal.
Okay, so now I'm going to go to Expert. Notice, normal it's 40% and at least one special loot item. Expert 90% of loot and at least 3 special loot items. I cannot kill any non-combatants, which means I can kill any guards that I get into a fight with. I'm still going to try to avoid killing people, but if it comes down to it, I'll just fight and kill them if I can. Opponent sensory acuteness is very high, opponent combat ability is very high, number of opponents is high, and player damage resistance is very low. So my goals are to break into the Rutherford Castle, find a clue about how to locate and open the vault, steal the bloodline opal from the vault, and when your other objectives are complete, leave the castle grounds the same way you came in, the front gate. No, the cook is waiting for the signal. Put out the lion head torch and he'll open the side entrance located above the torch on the castle ramparts. So my gear, I've got 8 flash bombs, 1 healing potion, 20 broadhead arrows, 25 water arrows, 5 noisemaker arrows, and my dagger and blackjack. Then loot, we've got the loot we picked up in the last mission, or part of it anyway. Oh, yeah, I see. Okay. But yeah, that loot will stay there until we go into the city and sell it to our friends. Then items, we've got the Velvet Bag for the quest items, and we've got a map here. Again, not very helpful. But I'll make sure I put it onto expert. Yes, I did. Okay, let's start.
There's the torch. Now to give the signal.
Quiet tonight.
That's my first
It's the
objective.
rain earlier. Who put that out?
It's out.
Is someone in
I
here?
hope that cook is as good as his word.
And there the thing just opened up there. Now, this is something new in this game. Guards who walk around with torches. They didn't do that before.
Nothing there.
Why is he coming this way?
False alarm, I guess.
As I did in the other games, I'm going to quick save often. I kind of like that they've got a ragdoll physics like that, where they kind of just crumple over and stuff, rather than just the rigid body that just lays there in one position. Now, I can put candles out like that in here, just by right-clicking on them. Some candles I can do that with. Got some loot there. And a healing health potion. The health potion heals your damage when you drink it. Pretty obvious stuff there. Cousin, Ember's efforts to protect the opal go beyond reasoning. He's installed a new portcullis in the cellar in front of the vault door. As for the mechanism that controls it, my men have searched everywhere with no results. Everywhere but Ember's own chambers, that is. If you find out anything, let me know. Ember readies himself for Julian's return. He keeps his Rutherford medallion always nearby, and not just because of its value in gold. Lady Elizabeth must have sensed what is coming. I'm sure you've noted her absence as well. As for us, we must play to whomever is the victor. Our time will come. Above all, beware. Cousin C. So now, before I go this way, I'm going to go through that door that was opened by the cook when I put out the torch. And I'm actually getting close to being out of time for my episode. Got more loot. I might play... I think I'll stick with first person. Third person can be kind of difficult to keep. It's a hard transition to make when you're used to first person. We've got a health potion, and as all guards take note, a portcullis has been installed in the basement in front of the Rutherford vault. As added protection for the bloodline opal, only Lord Ember has the ability to open the portcullis. Lord Ember expects his cousin Julian to try for the gem soon. Be on watch for anything suspicious, Captain Williams. And all that noise you heard, there's a guard in here who is asleep and he's dreaming. And ooh boy is he loud.
Bat. Bat. Everywhere. Get out of my hair. Oh.
Yeah, and... See, it might just be me, but if I was to be laying on this bed, I'd have my head at the end over by the wall. I don't know why, but I would. I'm gonna put that out. And I'm gonna pick the lock on here. There we go.
Bat. Oh, no. Bat. Everywhere. No, get out of my hair. Oh.
More loot. No, I just hit 30 minutes, so... I'm going to save the game, and thank you everybody for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next episode. Goodbye.